All right, hello and welcome everybody. J-Man here, back for some more reactions. So we are getting close. We're winding down our journey through From Wishes to Eternity. We're on Sacrament of the Wilderness. So we've got three more to go after this. We'll definitely be killing those off tomorrow morning, and then we'll see where we're going to wander next. But thanks so much for joining. Hope you guys are enjoying. I'm definitely enjoying it, getting a glimpse back at Nightwish pre floor. Definitely liking some of Tarja's stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's jump back on in here. Nightwish, Sacrament of Wilderness, which we have heard before from the Buenos Aires concert. From the From Wishes to Eternity remastered concert DVD. Let's get it.
The next song is going to be the last one for tonight. Sacrament of Wilderness.
All right, I just figured something out here for me. And again, this is my opinion. Don't hate me for it. I feel like, so this song, Tarja's vocals are not doing it for me. But it's because, to me, I feel like the music is less over the top. The overall sound of the music, the instruments and everything are a little more subdued. Obviously, Empu's up front, shredding it on the guitar. The guitar riffs are fucking awesome. The songs where I felt like Tarja's voice fit better was when her vocals were rising above the bigger pieces of music. That's where I feel like it sets in that pocket for me. For me personally, that's where I feel like her voice sits in that pocket for the bigger sound that they can put out. When the music, when the instrumental part is lower and it's just her vocal out there, that's when it doesn't do it as much for me. And I just kind of had that little bit of an epiphany there. So yeah, so I don't know if that means anything to anybody other than me, but I thought I would share. Let's back it up a smidge, or maybe another smidge, or another smidge. There we go. Is that a smidgen, or what did we come to in determining? Three smidges is what? Rainy Rain. See, that little part there with more mix of the instrumental in it sounded better. Wow, a little Van Halen cry there. Little Eddie. Double bass kick, man. Yeah. Well, that's got the confetti gun out. All right. Yeah. So I definitely like the song. There are parts where the vocals were at a bit of a disconnect for me. But then there were other parts where it sounded really good. So if we continue on that 1 to 10 scale, I'm going to give this one, musically, I give it a 10. Empu was shredding. Uh, um, Yuka was back there with his double bass kick. I mean, like a freaking machine gun. It's like, damn, dude, how do you do that? I don't get that. Tuamas on the keys was sounding good. The bass was a little hard to hear, but overall the music itself, 10 out of 10. The song as a whole, including the vocals, maybe an 8 out of 10. So yeah, like I said, so far, there's only been like the one or two songs out of whatever 12 so far that I've just been really meh about. Everything else I like. I mean, it sounded good. It's definitely different. Uh, it's it's different. It's different from what I've heard from Nightwish before, and that's absolutely fine. Like I said, I can definitely see and hear the influences of music of the time in what they're doing, and yeah. So to me, rock and metal, and maybe this is part of it too. For me, rock and metal in the mid to late 90s was in a bit of a slump, I felt personally. Um, once we got through the late 80s and into the early 90s, you had I for me like it got more into the grunge. I was more into grunge at that time. Grunge was resonating more for me than metal was. Um, Although this was the time where Metallica was definitely still in full play. So Metallica was there. So there were bands out there that I was still super into that were metal. But at this time for me, I was more heavy into the grunge sort of um, new rock sort of thing. Yeah, kind of post Guns N' Roses, Floor's Floor. Yeah, because Guns N' Roses was the end of like the 80s metal era, the 80s hard rock heavy metal era. Guns N' Roses, because between like the early 80s, like I graduated in 84, from there until what it was like late 80s when Guns N' Roses came around. They kind of carried that torch, but then Guns N' Roses flared out, they flamed out and went into nothingness thanks to um, thanks to Axel. Um, but that's for another time in conversation. But yeah, so for I think maybe that's got an effect for me that from this era there wasn't that super. Oh yeah, big into Soundgarden, big into Soundgarden. I mean, I was living in. All right, let me have some more discussion offline. I forgot we're still recording here. So yeah, thanks everybody out there on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, enjoying this ride along with me. Thanks for all your comments. Thanks for all the suggestions. Thanks for everything you guys do. Thanks, Twitch. So this will be it for today. We will have some more. You're going to have basically 8 new songs today because I screwed up and posted last night's videos as private instead of public. I blame YouTube. YouTube changed up the ordering of their private, public um, ordering of their bubbles, and I'm always used to ticking the top bubble, and they moved private to the top bubble. So sorry about that for everybody on YouTube. But yeah, thanks for joining. Hope you're enjoying. We'll see you all tomorrow. Everybody be good. Peace.